Hello everyone, this is Mayank Sangvi and I am back with another Cognos Report Studio tutorial video, and in this video I am going to explain something about data items and how to use operators in data items combine to string, and we are going to learn about how to use conditions block, if else and switch. So let's start. And before start, in my previous video I explained how to create a query, how to use that query inside your list, and then we learn about different types of filters, how to use filters and different types of filter. So let's start with the content of this video. Now, data items. As you know, the data item is a column for your query. In our previous video we learned how to add data items or columns. This video we are going to learn more about data items. Now what we need to learn, okay, previously in our previous video we just simply selected the columns available in our framework manager query subject, and we simply drag and drop all the columns directly in our query. Now what in case if you want to perform additional operation for your data items? So for this method is not going to be work, because it is just simply dragging and dropping the existing items and then you are using those existing items. Now what if you want to create something new using existing things? Okay, so let me explain what I want to say. Okay, for this closing inventory, opening inventory, let me delete this extra data items, I don't want this, and quickly go on toolbox and add a data item. Okay, no, and I want to add a data item, and in my data item I want to calculate how much amount of product is available. Okay, for this we are going to, so let's say total cost of product or total amount of product, and for this calculating the amount we are going to use two columns. One is closing inventory and unit cost. So let's say I have a Sony mobile of 10,000. 5 quantities of Sony mobile is available worth of 10,000 each. So total product cost for that model is 5 into 10,000. So we are going to use these two columns to generate our total amount of product. Okay, for this we have to use operators, and operators is available in functions, and here is your operators. Different types of operator is available. Multiply, addition, this is comma, minus, subtraction and division. So we are going to use this to calculate, or we are going to create another data item which is a calculation of other data items. Okay, it is great. Now I want to calculate total amount of product. For this I want two columns. One is closing inventory and another one is unit cost. Okay, I selected both the column, that's why in this I got two columns. Now I want to perform a multiplication between these two. So I am going to remove this comma and I am going to replace it with multiply or a star. It's time to validate our expression, and our expression is valid. Why it is taking too much of time, I don't know. So once the validation is going to be successful, we are going to close this, or we are going to click on OK to save this new data item. Okay, no errors, click on OK. Our next total amount of product is created. The next thing is you want to decide what you want for this column, what is the type of aggregate function you want on this, and so on. Okay, I don't want this error message. Aggregate function, what type of aggregate function you want, whether you want a sum, whether you want a median, and all this stuff. So total amount of product, so if I'm going to select a brand, then I want to perform the sum operation on total amount of product or total amount of product available. So let's say for Sony brand I have 5 model. Then if I am not going to select any model, or if my model column is not available, then we have to perform a summation operation on my total amount of products, so available for particular brand. So I'm going to change it to total, and same for this, and total. Okay, and if you are able to notice, let me increase its size. No, I'm not able to perform zoom, so let me go on page 1, control plus to zoom. No, I'm not, control minus, I'm not able to perform zoom, so right click, zoom, larger. No, something is wrong, I'm not able to perform zoom. Okay, here it is. Why it is not working for using keyboard? Okay, so I want to perform a zoom operation. Zoom, larger, larger, zoom and larger. Okay, now I want to show you inside this, for this total amount. Previously when we didn't select the total, when it is by default it is automatic. So in case of automatic, our sign is a lightning sign, and when we change it to total, then its sign change to summation. Okay, so I want to show you this, only this. Okay, so let me change it back to total and control 0 to normal. Okay, now my keyword is working. The next thing, I want to include this column in our list, so we are able to see this in our, where I want to see this, I want to see this in report. Okay, so select your list, and from source I want query items, data items, and I want to add total amount of product. It's time to run our report. Great, and our report is running, and I don't know why my system is behaving very weirdly today. Report has been submitted, please wait. Your report is running, please wait. Yes, we are waiting. Please give us report as soon as possible. We want to show, or we want to check the result whether it is correct or not. Okay, and here is the output of our report, and again, oh yeah, it is working right now. And I have closing inventory, and I don't have unit cost, so that's why I'm not able to show you. So what if, okay, no issue. And I want to perform a filter on product, so we are able, okay, we are going to apply filter on product brand. So for my product brand H, we have, I think, 2 product. So when we are going to perform a filter, then we see the difference. Okay, so control Z to go back in normal, and I want, in my report, I want to apply a filter, H filter. I want to add a detail filter, and my product brand. Okay, and I want a specific value, and here is my specific value which I want to use. Click on OK, and I want to perform before auto aggregation. Okay, click on OK, and it's time to add one more column in our, I want to add unit cost. So drag and drop unit cost, and let's check our query. Now I want to go back, undo my last action, and previously our unit cost is not available inside our query. It is available in our package. It is available in my package, so I am not going to drag and drop unit cost here. Okay, I am going to directly add unit cost in my list. So unit cost, and it is automatically going to be add in our query. So select your column and drag and drop. and go back to your query, and my unit cost is added. And the next thing, after adding a new column, if you want to change its order, then you can change it. And what if you want to change its order in here? Then you have to select this and drag and drop. Okay, it's time to run our report once again. Report has been submitted, please wait. And finally, for product brand edge, we have following values. So let me quickly, can I able to copy this from here? Control C to Windows R, not bad. Yes, I am able to copy it. So why not copy this in Excel file? Okay, next thing, I want to remove my product column, and let's see what it is going to be generated. Okay, so go back in report studio, and I don't want product column right now, so I'm going to delete this. Now we have product brand, product line, unit cost, closing inventory, and total amount of product. And it's time to run our report once more. Okay, so we are comparing the output of our previous execution and this execution. So my output is saved in my Excel file, and I want to perform a sum. And previously my machine is crashed, so you are not able to see me at the time. So my machine is crashed, and I restarted my machine, and now I want to compare the sum of this with this 143,937,681.16. So we are good. And what if you are not selected the correct aggregation type? Then let me go to query, total amount, and the correct aggregation type is aggregate function is important. So let me quickly select, let's say, minimum. So by mistake I selected minimum, and let's see the output now. Okay, so we got this. So this is wrong. I hope you are now able to understand what we are doing here. Okay, next thing, let's say, okay, I want to add the column which is difference of two columns. So in this scenario, I want to use minus, and let's say this is my calculated column. Then we have to use from in place of multiplication we can use minus, or so we have to use correct operator as per our requirement. You can use plus, minus, multiplication, or division operation. For this scenario we have to use multiplication or star. So click on OK. And the next thing I want to share with you is, what if I want to combine two strings? Okay, for this, let's say the client requests that I have to add a column product path in which I want the combination of product brand, product line, and product name. So let's create a new data item, and I want to add this, and inside this I want to use, let's start with product line, and I want my column in this way. So let's say I have a product line, or product line is a mobile. I want a brand, then I want to use brand, and then model number. Okay, so let's create a new data item in this way. Okay, so this is my data item, and I want, let's say this is my product path or product path, and in this I want to use my, what I want to use inside this, I want to use, what I want to use, oh sorry, I want to use product line first, and then I want to combine a string like this. Let's quickly validate this, and it is validated successfully. Next, I want to add my product brand. Here it is. Next, I want to add what I want to add. I want to add my product. Here it is. So that's it. It's time to validate. Something is wrong here, so we have to validate what is wrong. Okay, so this is my product brand. This is okay, so we forgot to mention this. It's time to validate once more. No error. Click on OK, and I want no aggregate function to apply on this because it is a string. So click on none, select none, and select none. Save your report in case your machine is crashed. Okay, and I want to add this just here. So where I want to add, oh, I'm looking in wrong place. Select data items, and then we have to add our product path. And let me add again. I want to add, let's say, product. Okay, it's time to execute, and here it is, your product path. So this is your product line is personal accessories, this is your product, and this is product edge. So in case if you don't want three separate column for product brand, product, or product line, then you can use product path. This is based on your scenario, this is based on your requirement. Okay, now what we did to achieve this, for this you have to use your column 1 or data item 1, data item 1, and then you can use this to pi_sign to combine two strings. So our column 1 is a string, and I want to combine this column underscore 2. Okay, let me quickly go in my data item, and I want to go inside L product, and let me quickly add another data item so you are able to understand what we are going here, what we have to do to combine two strings. So I'm going to name it combine string, and this is my first string hello, and then I want to combine the string, I want to combine hello world. So for combining we have to use this sign, and you can check this, just it is available, I think it is available just here, concatenate or joins strings. Okay, and that's it. It's time to validate, no error. Click on OK, and your new data item is ready, in which you are combining two stuff. Now next thing I want to, okay, let me delete this, I don't want this anymore. It's time to learn about condition block. First we are going to learn about if else statement, and then we are going to learn about switch statement. Let's say as per our client requirement or business requirement, we have to display a value where my closing inventory is less than 100, then I want to display a low. Another scenario, let's say when my closing inventory is greater than 100 but less than 500, then I have to display it as a medium, and for more than 500 I have to display high. So let's start. First I want to add a new column, and this time I'm going to add a new data item, and I'm going to name this data item as display value, and inside this I want, oh sorry, I want to add if statement. Okay, and the syntax of if is available here, just operator and if, and go to tips, and this is the syntax: if condition then expression else expression. So let's first create the condition, and for our condition I want to use my I want to use closing inventory. Okay, and when my closing inventory is less than 100, then I have to display low. Else if my closing inventory is greater than equals to 100 and it is less than 500, then then closing inventory is less than 500, then I want to display medium, then medium. Else if the last statement, or let's say for rest of the stuff else, so we already mentioned else here, else display high. Okay, and it's time to validate our expression, and our expression is validated successfully with no errors. So click on OK to save this, and I want to change this to none, sorry, and none. I don't want to use any aggregate function. And finally it's time to add this column inside of our list. Run your report once more, and we got high, low, medium, high, low, medium. Okay, now it is very easy to add if then else condition when your number of scenarios is very low. But what if in case your number of scenarios are more? Okay, and for this I have to search a column on which I am going to apply a switch statement. Okay, okay, so let me think. Go back in report, and I have to find something for which I'm have to find something on which I'm going to apply a switch statement. Branch, address, city, postal, country code. I think we can use month number. So let's say when your month is 1, then you have to display January. Now you already have a column for this in your report a month, but what if you have you are facing a scenario where you have lots of stuff, let's say 10 or 11 or stuff, and you have to use switch statement. For this I want to add a new data item. So let me first go inside this is my query. I want to add a new data item, and this time I'm going to use month. Okay, and for this I want to add a switch case statement, and your switch case statement, the syntax for switch case is available just here, operators. Then I have to select case. Here it is, case expression. When the expression is true, then expression, else expression. So let's start, and I want to use my month as an input. So my month is available in just here. I want to use my month. Okay, and when it is 1, then I want to display chain. Okay, so let me quickly check the syntax once more. Yes, it is correct. And in last I have to use and for else, let's say not available. Let me quickly copy this multiple times. So this is my 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not 17, 9, 8, 10, 11, 12. So this is 10, 11 and 12. So 1 January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. I hope now you are able to understand how to use it. It's time to validate and nothing is wrong. Click on OK and our month is ready. For this I want to use the aggregate function none, the roll up aggregate function none. It's time to save your report and finally execute it. Oh, again I forgot to add this inside a word list page. I want to add my month. I want to paste it just here. Rerun your report and finally we got month for respective value. For respective month number we got the respective month. So I hope now you are able to understand how to use a switch statement, how to use if statement, how to use operators to create a calculated column. Now let me show you one more final thing, and let's say if you have a data item, okay, and you can use multiple operators for your calculation, and you have to tell me what is the output of this column and why. Okay, so let me quickly go here, add this in my data item. It's time to execute it. So I got minus 14. You have to explain why I am getting minus 14. So this is just about the precedence. The okay, I am telling the answer. No, I don't want to tell you the answer. You have to tell me the answer why I am getting 14 here, and here is the syntax. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have any doubts, just leave it in comment section. I will try to reply as soon as possible with proper resolution. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to click on subscribe and like button, and see you all in next report studio video.